Peace and power, family. Welcome back to Unto Re, a New Me, episode 16, Peaceful B. And as always, we must start by honoring our ancestors. So today's quote comes from Audre Lorde, and it says, "When I dare to be powerful and use my strength in the service of my vision, then it becomes less and less important whether I am afraid." And I think that this quote really stands out to me because I recognize, the battles that I face. And I think that because I've had the same goal, the same dream since third grade, like my vision is clear. My plans, my 5-year plans, my 10-year plans, they've always been lined up and matched with the same outcome. So I feel like recognizing that regardless of how I feel and what I'm going through, as long as I'm on plan and working towards my mission, everything is all right. And I think that's really why this quote stands out to me. So, of course, a plug. Check out my book, Sometimes I Cry, available on Unlearn to Relearn.us. It's an emotional roller coaster, all about my inner feelings. Most of the poems written in the middle of the night or the early morning. You can also check it out on Kindle if you need the ebook version. And you can read a free sample on Kindle. So do that and let me know what you think. How I'm feeling. If I had to put a word on the feeling that I'm feeling today, it would be rowdy. And I don't even mean you know what I'm saying? Like rowdy. I mean I'm just unsettled. My mind is freaking a fucking drum line right now. I don't know what's going on. It's a whole bunch. So my body, my spirit, my mind is all just rowdy today. And I was not able to dance it out, which really sucked. As far as my daily goals go, I didn't really talk to nobody today. I didn't call folks. I got everything else done, but I think that when I'm not doing how I want to be doing, or I'm not as productive as I want to be, I don't like talking to people because they always ask well, how is so and so going? And I'm like, it's fine. And when you practicing radical honesty, you can't be just saying it's fine. You gotta keep it real. And I hate being everything sucks. Because everything doesn't suck. But having to break it down and be real about exactly what I'm going through, that's really it's hard. So I think that's why I haven't been doing my call folks lately. But I'm going to get on it. I'm going to call some folks tomorrow. I'm going to do my thing. As far as self-care questions go, the first question is, what lessons are you getting over and over? And this question really came because I went to go read my momentum book today, and I was just like, dang, I really haven't done the work that I need to do to read this upcoming chapter. It started off all giddy, and I'm like, we ain't there yet, sis. We are not there yet. I need to go back and start over from the beginning because you way too happy on this chapter. So I was like, there is something that's repeated. And even in with the tarot cards, moving from the sacred Ori cards to these cards, it's still some of the same things coming up. You know what I'm saying? So it's I'm getting the same messages over and over, and I'm going through the same lessons in real life. So it's just what's the issue? What's the holdup? The next question is, what was your favorite thing about being a kid and why? And this really came from something I seen on Instagram today. It was adulting is really about figuring out who you were, what you like to do as a kid, and doing that. Remembering what you like to do as a kid and going back to that. And it's just that's so real because a lot of times especially with school, depending on like where you grew up and what kind of household you grew up in, a lot of times we have to conform. Like, we have to assimilate to our surroundings in order to survive. Like, we really do. So a lot of the things we like to do as kids, we kind of put to the side because we got to go to work. We got to, you know what I'm saying, make money. We got to make shit happen. Like, you ain't got time to be a kid. You ain't got time to play. So I'm excited to, you know, tap back into my childhood. I haven't used my coloring book yet, but I'm super excited to actually take some time and color. I think I'm going to just set some time out every morning to do a little bit of each page, because them little circles is like this big and I can't. Like I said, I'm rowdy and my hand wouldn't even be able to get the colors right the way I want them, so I can't dive into that yet. But I talk with spirit, and today I got Ace of Machetes again, the 7 of Brooms, and the 6 of Machetes. And we got the Ace of Machetes yesterday, and this card represents plain chance. And what stood out from the reading today was you can cut away all the bonds of the past that have held you back. And I think that's so wild, because I wrote in my little journal today, my renewed journal, about like an old friendship just like an old friendship that I haven't gotten over losing yet. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I hate losing friends because I don't even be making friends in the first place. Like, I be working and going to school. Like, I don't even be having time. So it's just like, when I lose one, that shit hurt. So I think that this was important to me because, or like it stood out to me because it was just like, I think that is a fear that I have in making new friends, is losing them, you know, or like losing that connection. And I think that holds me back. So I'm excited to make new friends. You know, I'm trying to be more open. I'm talking to people I normally wouldn't talk to. And we'll see, we'll see what happens. The next card was the 7 of Brooms, and I actually got it reversed. And the 7 of Brooms stands for overcoming opposition. And what stood out to me in the reading was, if an opportunity calls you, cast away your doubt and go for it with courage in your hands. And I think this relates to so many things in life, like work, school, and even making friends. Like, it's just like, all the fear I have is like, there's so many opportunities coming up and so many things that are popping up. It's like, cast that fear to the side, be yourself, do your thing, and you're gonna come out on top. Like, you always have, you always will. And it's just like, when you go into it with a different mindset, you enjoy it more. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to like enjoy life and not be worried all the time. So this card, with the Brooms coming up, actually stands for being caught off guard or unprepared for battle, or unclear of your own stance and opinion. And I think that's wild, because it's just like, when I'm fighting against myself, it aggravates me, because it's just like, you can do it. You know what I'm saying? You got it. So like, why are you sitting here even having this battle? And like, I think that's where the unclearing your own stance and opinion is just like, that's where that stood out. But reverse, this card stands for exhaustion, giving up, and being overwhelmed. And, I don't like to hear it, but it's the truth. And I think that's wild. You know what I'm saying? I think that really shows how connected we are and how energy can really show up in different things. The next card I got was the 6 of Machetes, and this one was also reversed. And this card represents moving away from strife. And what stood out from the reading was, a candid personal inventory is something that can assure this journey will have a positive impact. So y'all know I'm going through this self-care, journey, trying to figure out myself. And it says that doing a personal inventory, a candid personal inventory, would make it better. And I think that that's exactly what I'm doing now. And I think that's important for me to recognize that I'm taking the steps, you know what I'm saying, and show myself compassion. Like, every day is not going to be a great day, but you are doing the work and you are taking the necessary steps. So, shout out to the cars. This car actually, see, like, it's a lady and a child over here, and it says, like, it represents them going away, moving away with sadness and loss from the past, and still carrying the memories and the baggage. But it's because it's like tranquil waters on the other side. They're bound for peaceful and supportive environment. So shout out to that. I'm looking forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to seeing it for real. But reverse, this card actually stands for personal transition, resistance to change, and unfinished business. So I really feel like this is like a shadow work anonymous class, and I gotta go make amends. I gotta go make amends, y'all. I know that's one of the steps, I think, from watching TV. I really don't know. The poem I have for y'all today is I Am More from Sometimes I Cry. And it goes, I am more than what you think of me, if only I believe. I am only what I think of me, what I think I achieve. And the quote I have is actually a Japanese proverb, and it says, do not speak bad of yourself, for the warrior within hears your words and is lessened by them. So how your warrior doing? Y'all be safe.